Okay. Good morning, good morning. Let us talk about goals. But first, a preface. I know that not all of us have the energy to focus on our futures right now. Some of us are just in fourth gear survival mode. And I salute you. I pray for your deliverance from what must feel like an impossible pace, and that soon you'll be able to focus on your dreams. Okay? Okay. Now, I am reading, by the way, a second preface. Second preface. I didn't come up with this all on my own. I have read and listened to so many smart people, and have tried to apply their wisdom to my life. Now, on with the show. Okay, step one, dream the dream. What is your dream? Do you dream of a strong body or a peaceful home, a job that doesn't push every single one of your buttons, a bank account that doesn't scare you? Whatever the dream is, write it down, okay? And now, think about what's the root of that dream. We may say to ourselves, I want to be happy. But we can't just like get going on happiness creation, right? Like we need a focus. So we need to drill down to what is it that's preventing our joy, right? So maybe we feel icky in our relationships, or our finances are just completely out of control, or we know that we haven't been taking care of our homes, our bodies, cars, whatever. We've been maybe neglectful, maybe of our person and things, right? So we take that dream and then we turn it into a goal. A goal is an idea of the future or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan, and commit to achieve. People endeavor to reach goals within a finite time by setting deadlines. Thank you, Wikipedia. According to another internet search, some common goals are getting our finances in order, getting out of debt, exercise more, spend more time with friends, buy a new car, quit our vices, and so on. So goals, they require change, right? If they didn't, you'd probably already have them. You've got to change something. You personally have got to change something to reach that goal. So where do we want or need to change? And I say that very intentionally because sometimes we get in this headspace where we're like, oh gosh, if only someone would give me XYZ. If only so-and-so would behave differently. If only some exterior force would come and fix it, then everything would be great, right? Well, there is no magical exterior force that's going to come without you doing something. From my experience, most all the good things in our lives come from some will or action, right? And that action may be simply, not so simple, but simply asking for help. But you have to do something. So maybe a promotion would get you to where you want to be, but you have to apply for the promotion. Most of our bosses are not laser focused on our work and are going to offer a promotion just out of the blue. It may happen, but pretty rare. And if that's the case, you would still have to, let's call it work loudly, like make sure that your productivity is front and center of the decision makers, right? So it doesn't work well to be quiet and just do your job, but then you're dreaming about this big promotion without ever applying for it, without ever speaking up. Someday, whatever your thing is, showing up, getting loud, being confident, and moving yourself toward that goal is what it takes. Someone's not just going to walk up one day and be like, here's your promotion, right? When I think of people's happiness, right, I think a lot of it comes, or unhappiness comes from maybe family dynamics. You're the one, we're the one, we have to be the one to change. And we may say to ourselves, oh, but they're the ones that are terrible. Like, they're the ones who are disrespecting me or ignoring me or disengaged, whatever the thing is. And that may be so. It may be that your family member who's causing friction, like, they're a mess. Absolutely possible. But we're the one who are feeling that discomfort. And so we're the ones that have to move towards the change. It's really frustrating and uncomfortable. But that's where the growth happens. And here is where I 10 out of 10 recommend therapy. A therapist can talk with you through the patterns in the relationship, right, that's giving you discomfort, and see what's happening there, like what that cycle is, and also can help you role play or daydream up alternatives, like ways to change that pattern. And then, if it comes to a point where you've done all you can and the relationship is still terrible, that gives you information and you choose from there, right? But ultimately, the person feeling the discomfort has to be the one to move first, to change first, because the other person, I mean, I don't know, but sometimes they're pretty comfortable. Like, they're maybe not wanting to change because the pattern is working for them, but it's not working for you. So you change first, right? Right. Okay. Okay. Now that we have our dream in the goal format, it is time to plan. And if the idea of planning makes you want to take a nap, I completely understand. But this part is not forever. Like, you set the plan and then you go live it, A really good example, say we are wanting to save our pennies. And so we want to cook at home more. But the idea of figuring out what's for dinner is just exhausting, right? My recommendation, and what I do personally, what I do personally is I make a monthly meal plan. So once a month, we go through our pantry and our freezer and our fridge, and we fill in meal plans that use up that stuff, because we're frugal now. We're using up what we have instead of letting it go to waste, right? Then we go to the other members of the household, ask them what they think sounds good, so that they feel heard, and it reduces bickering later on in the month. And then we have planned out, we've scheduled for maybe we have, when we go to places, we've marked out that day, so we know we need to have fast food or quick food, as in sandwiches or soup or something. And then it's done, and we've done all of that work in like an hour or so, and it's written out, and you're good to go, and you've done all of that hard thinking and that compromise. It's already taken care of. And then throughout the month, you look at the next day and you pull out what you need, and it is low stress. When you make your grocery list, you already know what you need, and so you can just fill it in. And it's that 1 hour of planning saves you so much time throughout the rest of the month, and so much stress and bickering and all of the stuff. It's done. It gives you freedom, right? That 1 hour of discomfort gives you freedom. And how cool is that, right? Okay. What about our bodies? Like, that's a big one for January. Everyone wants to change their body. Hear me when I tell you that diet culture is BS. I will not get on my soapbox right now, but I recommend Christy Harrison's podcast and book. She's a registered dietitian, anti-diet dietitian. She's got a lot of smart things to say and interviews a lot of interesting people. So I'll leave that on the link below, and I will not overwhelm you with all of my opinions on that. But what about maybe you want to have a stronger body or a more flexible body? Like, you really want to be able to play in the backyard or go dancing on Saturday, right? So those are sort of ephemeral ideas. So we need to lock it down and plan what that looks like. So we're gonna pick something to try. For myself, I know that I like weight and cardio centered exercise or movement. And so I choose a high intensity program because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I schedule that for like 4 days a week. And I also want to become more flexible because I don't want to make old lady noises when I'm getting out of the chair, right? So I schedule yoga like 3 days a week. I schedule things, multiple classes a day, because that's what works for me. What works for you may be completely different. So I go into this and I'm going to these classes and I find out that yoga actually uses a lot of body weight resistance, and it has a lot of cardio benefits. And so I add more yoga because I'm enjoying it so much, and it's combining the flexibility and the weight and the cardio. So it's efficient and also a lot of fun. My dream is to be able to do all the pull-ups and run all the miles, but that's not where I'm at. So I make my plans based on what I can do today. And I encourage you to do that as well. Find the thing to try that feels doable and realistic for your physical ability, for your schedule, for your pocketbook, right? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes. Once I was doing all this, so this was me several years ago, right? So like I started being really intentional with my time and including movement. And when I started doing it, I realized that I felt so much better in my brain. Like, I don't know, happy hormones, they tell you all these stories about blood flow and serotonin. I don't know the details of all that, but I can say that when I made movement a priority in my schedule, I was a calmer, happier, more contented me. And it reinforced that priority, right? So there were times when it was very difficult to schedule it. And if I got one class in a week, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. And that's how it goes, right? Like, we don't always have the schedule that will fit all of this stuff. And that's wonderful, because we have people and things in our lives that are important, and we make room for them, and that's great, right? Right. So, oh yes, very important. It may be a minute since you've tried something new, and that's totally okay. We get in our routines, right? Like, that's totally fine. Please, please, please hear me when I say you are going to be so bad at some of this. And that's fine. You're new. Do you remember learning how to write cursive? Maybe not. I don't know. But I remember, like, learning to write was hard, and learning to drive was hard, and all of that. And at the beginning, we can be so bad at it. So I encourage you to get comfortable with the idea of being bad at something new, and to make friends with discomfort. Like, when you're trying a new movement program and you fall on your butt, or there's no way you're able to make it to the end of the reps. That's completely normal. You're new. Your body is new to this system. Your brain is learning new things. That is completely okay. Okay? Completely okay. 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 So your plan, you've written down your plan. It is not set in stone. We tweak as we go. We make it fit our life at that time. Those and I've done them. I've done the 90-day programs. Some of them are super fun, but what bothers me about them is the idea that you have to do this 90 days or else you're a failure. Man, like if you're doing anything for you, for your happiness, for your future, bravo, it doesn't have to be perfect. You do what you can do when you can do it, and that is wonderful. So sometimes we don't want to make dinner, and sometimes we don't want to move our bodies, and sometimes we want to watch YouTube videos for 4 hours. That is normal. Every day is not the same. Some days are more stressful than others. Totally fine. We have got to get out of the headspace of, if it's not perfect, it's nothing. That's not real life, right? You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. The people in our lives are not perfect, and none of us are ever going to be. We have got to let that go. So, next step, tweak. So, you've got the perfectest perfect plan, and you've got the perfectest perfect planner, the one with the stickers and the gel pens and the or the app on your phone that chirps at you to drink your water every 15 minutes, whatever. You are so excited. And then your cat gets sick, or your spouse needs help with a math exam, or, there's a huge project at work. Life is going to get in the way of that magical plan that you made and wrote down in multicolored pens. There's part of us that says, I'm just going to throw it out because it's not exactly what we envisioned, right? And I'm here to tell you, invest in an eraser. Let your plan and your calendar flow with your real life. You'll find out that you can't do that Zumba class on Thursdays. You got to do it on Tuesdays because Thursdays is bad for your family. Maybe you realize that you love one thing and hate another, and so you switch them out. Maybe you thought that you were going to eat quinoa once a week, and you realize that you need to do more investigating on how to cook quinoa. So you take it off of your calendar for your meal plan. And that's all great because you are making your goals and your plan fit your real life. A little aside here, you're the most important person in your life. Without you, your life wouldn't exist, right? And so there are some of us who tend to prioritize everybody else above ourselves and our health and peace and well-being. Man, don't. I know that's so hard. And again, therapy is magical. But your life will be better if you gift yourself that time. Maybe it's 3 hours a week and that feels like a lot. Maybe break it up into 30-minute segments. I don't know what your life is, but I'm telling you that you matter, you're important, and you're worthy of that time and that space. Okay? Okay. So we have dreamed the dream, set the goal, made the plan, lived and tweaked the plan. What is next? We bask. We bask. Maybe you tidied your kitchen before bed for 3 days in a row. Amazing. Maybe you did that YouTube workout video that your best friend's been suggesting for 6 months. You are awesome. Maybe, perfect. You took your car for inspection and an oil change. without someone shaming you about it. Congratulations. You bask in the glow of your success, cheering yourself on with every single step, okay? There is a message in this world that says, go big or go home. I call shenanigans. I think we reach our like big successes with tiny baby steps, like little decisions lead to big successes. And I think that we should celebrate everyone. In our house, we celebrate flossing, no joke. We celebrate using all of the skincare products that we paid good money for. We celebrate putting our phones down to have dinner at the table together. Every little move we make towards the life we dream, we celebrate. Because what is our life if it's not all these little experiences and all these little decisions and actions that we make? That makes up our life. So celebrate it. You know, you are doing these things for yourself, for your family, for your future. Go you. Dream the dream, create the goal, make the plan, tweak the plan, and bask in your success. I put links to podcasts and books and YouTube accounts that have helped me make my life more of what I want it to be down in the description. If you want to share, I would love to hear what your goals are. We could cheer each other on, right? So thank you for watching, and I pray for you all of the best things for your best future. Love you, bye. Oh my God, why can't I make this sentence go? Hang on. I said all of those things. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.